How's it going, everyone? Reckless Yuki here. Before we get into the meat of the video, I just wanted to share real quick the information that I found out as far as fitting the Kontrol Freeks on different controllers. And so on the chart, you see that the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 only work with the 360 and the PlayStation 4. They do not, however, work for the Xbox One and the Wii U. Obviously, I'm sure plenty of you already know that. But as far as the PlayStation 4s work just like the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 Kontrol Freeks did, whereas the Xbox One seems to be the complete opposite. So one cool thing up front is that the Wii U controller can now use Kontrol Freeks. So for any of you Wii U gamers out there who has always been struggling with the Wii U controller's analog stick height, you can now use Kontrol Freeks to more accurately aim and better control your analog stick. So this is pretty cool. I just want to do this really quickly up front to ensure that anyone who is very impatient will get the information out of the way. So here it is, and now let's get into where I go through and test everything out. I finally received my pre-order of my Xbox One and PlayStation 4 Kontrol Freeks, and per my order, I pre-ordered 4 snipers for the Xbox One and 4 snipers for the PlayStation 4. But as you guys can see, I received 4 of the snipers for the PlayStation 4, but only 3 of the 4 for the Xbox One. And for some reason, I don't know, I guess this might have was confusing to them. I don't know, maybe this screen was very similar to this screen, but they didn't actually fulfill my order correctly, so I don't know, whatever. I guess I'll try these to see how I like these, maybe do a review in the future, but for the most part, I prefer the snipers. Even though I'm not much of a sniper, I just like the convex top instead, the convex top instead of the concave. So this is the most comfortable for me. But regardless, we're going to go into a fitment guide to kind of see what works with what. So that's why I have the Xbox 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and the Wii U controller, just to see what works with what, to really get a finite guide as far as if you, let's say you have the old ones, like I have here. If you have the old Kontrol Freeks, will you still be able to use this just fine with the PlayStation 4 as well as Xbox 360, or vice versa? And then what kind of works with what? So that's what we'll be getting into. So please bear with me, and we'll be doing this in the video. All right. Alright, now one thing I want to cover, let's say you got all your Kontrol Freeks and you got real excited as far as getting them out and putting them on everything, and you kind of mixed them up and you don't really know which one goes where because they look very, very similar. What is a guaranteed way to tell which is which? Well, the way that I found, and I think they did this on purpose, that if you look along one of these little lips here, you're going to find an indication as far as which is going to be which. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get the camera to focus here, but on this one, let's see, focus maybe. Here you can see a small little X. This indicates that this is for the Xbox One. Put that here. And if we look on this one has a little P right there. Come on, focus. I think that's focused. This one shows a P, so that shows that that's for the PlayStation 4. And then we have this one here that doesn't have any indicators because this was the original that was for the Xbox One or the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. So this one will not have any indicators. Now, as far as fitments, obviously the Xbox One is going to fit on the Xbox One just fine. Just snaps on there and it doesn't come off. Like, I've been trying to flick it off for a good while and it doesn't really do anything. And as far as turning the analog stick while it's on, it's very solidly on there. So the Xbox One definitely does fit the Xbox One, so no worries there. And if we try to use the original with the Xbox One, I mean, like many of you probably tried, it obviously doesn't fit. I mean, it could kind of fit on there if you don't really if you're not really too aggressive, but eventually it will come off. And the PlayStation 4 will kind of fit it too, but again, it's very loose, so it's not recommended that you use this for that. So as far as the Xbox One controller, the only thing that will actually fit it will be the Xbox One Kontrol Freek. So this isn't really, you have to get this for the Xbox One. But one cool thing about this, if you have a Wii U, you can use the Xbox One Kontrol Freek for the Wii U. So this is the first time that a Wii U will be able to use a Kontrol Freek, which I'm kind of excited about, and anyone who has a Wii U should be very excited because Kontrol Freeks are an awesome, awesome product. So the Xbox One is also for the Xbox One and the Wii U controller, so pretty cool there. Now, many of you probably already know this, but the original Kontrol Freeks work perfectly fine on the PlayStation 4. At least I haven't had any issues. one thing you kind of have to do when you're putting on the Kontrol Freek on the PlayStation 4 is you have to watch out for these little lips. You can't put the lip right along this area, or else it's going to make contact and it's not going to be able to let you turn the analog stick all the way. So you kind of had to put this flat part here kind of in this direction so that you won't get any interferences. And as far as these, the originals being loose on the PlayStation 4, I've been playing like this for the past couple weeks, and I've never had this thing fall off. Now, as far as it turning on the thumbstick, I mean, it turns fairly easily on the thumbstick, so, I mean, it's a little bit loose, but I had no issues when I was playing. Like, it doesn't come off, so whatever things you see on the blog posts are pretty much BS from Kontrol Freeks. These are perfectly fine. Now, as far as the one that is made specifically for the PlayStation 4, if you put this on here, like if you put this little tab in this direction, like even though these little tab things are a little bit shorter than the original, you are still going to get interference. I found it's like a very small amount. It's going to be really hard to show you guys like on the screen here, but there's just a little bit of a gap. So when you're using these, you want to make sure that this kind of flat part is going to be like so that nothing's contacting this point. And then that's what you want to do to ensure there is no interference. Now, as far as this, it still turns just like, not as much as the original, but it doesn't feel any more solid than the original did. So the PlayStation 4s aren't really that huge of an improvement. And as far as the PlayStation 4s fitting on the Xbox 360, it fits on the Xbox 360 just fine. It just has more of a satisfying snap. So I guess like in the future, if you can't find any of the Xbox 360s or the PlayStation 3s, you can still use the PlayStation 4s to go back between the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 4. Now finishing up this video at my nerd station, which I'm sure you guys notice and appreciate as I use my superior sound setup that I've recently purchased, stepping away from my shotgun microphone on top of my camcorder. This is the chart once again that I showed you at the beginning of the video as far as my findings on how things work and how things fit. So that's basically it for the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys next time.